Hey guys, so I'm going to be reviewing this toy that my son really loves. And he just got distracted because he knew I was recording and talking on a camera, and now he's just kind of watching what I'm actually recording, and he's not even playing his game anymore. So I'm going to now be a little bit more quiet after. So he will be playing this toy. And you guys can just watch him play. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so now I'm just, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I got this. My son just turned 2. And I got this toy. He was only 16 months. I really wanted to start him in this kind of toy, like a puzzle toy, at 18 months, the earliest. But then I just kind of wanted also, because I just bought it ahead of time. I was too excited, and I like to be prepared. So so he's been around this toy for maybe about 6-8 months now. I remember when I first got this toy, what I would do is I would put it in front of him and I would just let him feel the toy, or whatever he can do, which is just pretty much to feel the toy and like introduce the shapes and the colors and the texture. And he did enjoy that. And what I do remember as well, because he was so young at the time, and this is actually for, more of an older child, he would get frustrated because I would show him what this toy is supposed to do. And because he couldn't really mimic or follow that yet, he would get really frustrated and he would throw it. So right now it's around 8 in the morning and he finished his breakfast. And I kind of noticed when I set this down yesterday, he really liked doing the puzzle pretty much all morning, and even after his lunch as well, he liked doing that. So that's really great. All the information about this particular product is going to be down below. Just to let you know, though, he has thrown this around a lot, and there are some nicks and scratches and stuff like that. But as you can see from afar, it still looks like it's very functional, and that is the point of that. Also, I forgot which pieces that fell out. I keep on popping it in, and you just keep popping it out, and he would take it off and throw it across the room. What I just did is I just super glued it. I just, one of these poles, I just super glued it back, and now it's back together, and it's working fine because it didn't break from the top. It actually loosened there's a hole underneath every single pole to let it fit in perfectly. So it's not like it's just super glued in the top. There's actually a hole that I believe they put some kind of adhesive or glue in there to keep it down there. But when you're battling with an infant, that's what they really do, is just throw it around when they get frustrated, because their vocabulary is still very limited, and they can't really articulate what their issues are so far. So a lot of times that's what you get. You get a lot of frustrated little people, and they just throw it across the room because that's the only thing they know how to communicate. So for what I kind of realized a few days ago is that he did this all by himself, or maybe a little bit about a while ago. He did it all by himself with zero supervision, or zero guidance, I would say. Just figured everything out. What I remember, the stages was, in the beginning, the only really thing he could first do is the circle one, or the one post. And that itself was impressive, when you're a parent and you see that, and and it's really great. I love this toy a lot. It just it's simple, it's colorful, and it's bright. And it's not gender specific. I love that. I just don't like those gender specific toys. I feel like the toy companies really are trying to focus on like just making so much money instead of really focusing on the bigger picture. This toy is not very expensive, and so don't worry, all the information is going to be down below because I don't really remember all the info. I don't even remember the brand. Are you going to flip it again, honey? Okay, so flip it again. There you go. And we're gonna move it around, okay? So there you go. And I think he wants to peep in what's recording. Go on, you can do your puzzle again. And those over there, those are his like snacks after breakfast, because yes, he had breakfast and he wanted a little bit of cookies. So again, I've had this toy for less than a year, and so far it has held up quite nicely. It's very durable. The only issues I had was that some of the posts came off, but that was like an infant throwing it across the room a few times, and then it popped off. I think 2 of them popped off, and I just super glued them back, and it's fine now. Not all of them, dude. I think only like 2. Yeah. 2 came off, super glue it, fixed. I love the clean design to it. Just like the light colored wood and or the staining on it. If they did stain it. And just the colors are very simple. It's not very complicated. And to be quite honest, like before he was even 2 or even like a few months ago, he would still invert this. Like he would put certain shapes in certain spots. Oh wow, look at that. You did it again. You want to do it again? Let's refresh the puzzle. And so I found out this research like years and years ago. It was just out of chance. I love watching documentaries, and it was just a bunch of scientists essentially wanting to test out the theory of nature versus nurture in a sense and intellect. And they tested, you know, they were interacting with toddlers, infants, toddlers, and they had to meet the criteria. The criteria was they lived in a very poor area. Their mother was a single mother, a teenage mother, who the education would not have been very, incredibly well-educated person. So they needed someone who was less educated and wouldn't have the time to actually nurture the child a lot when it comes to assisting them in improving certain exercises or just helping them in a sense of learning and educating them. Can you stop doing that, please? Can you come back here? Please come back here. And what they learned just by doing that a few times a week and a few hours of those times, initially they would introduce like puzzles like this, or like a shape to put in a specific board to fit in, you know what I mean? Like you fit in the round in the round hole essentially. So like a puzzle and a matching kind of situation. They did that, and all of those little kids grew up to be very, very intelligent people, incredibly intelligent. They want to be some kind of scientist. They love reading. They love learning. And they said that even as little children, learning for them was very easy, and it came as something incredibly interesting and fun. It was never something negative. And so that's what I kind of wanted for my son. I wanted it for him that, learning is fun, and and information is great, and reading books and all that good stuff is easy. And so I didn't want him to have an issue, especially with like going to school and have some kind of issue learning and things like that, because one of my brothers actually had a learning disability, and I'm dyslexic, so that was also a struggle for me. So I just didn't want him to have to do and what my brother had to do. So that's why I'm very focused on getting him this kind of toy. And I'm thinking of actually getting another toy that's similar to this. So if you guys have other suggestions in regards to that, let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have gotten your children, or what you've seen that would be similar to this maybe. I'm trying, my best to get what I can find, and this has been a great toy. I give this toy 2 thumbs up. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. This has grown with my son through the months, and I think through the years as well, because I do remember, even when you reach like kindergarten or elementary school, like you still use puzzles. I mean, I know I did. I know I had fun with that. So 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. I completely recommend this toy, and all the info are going to be down below. I hope you enjoyed my video, that you're going to give it a thumbs up, and of course hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't yet. And here he goes again. He's just going to keep on doing this until he gets either tired, because this is really this actually takes a lot of their mental capacity, and of course it is kind of draining, and it makes them really tired. So that's also great, because then he can go for a nap. Yes, he naps in the morning. Instead, for me, I love this better, because I love this versus putting him in front of an electronic. That would be for a different video, because I did experiment on that as well, just to try and see the difference. I encourage everyone out there who has a child, who has a young child, or just a child, no matter the age, to more encourage about like physical toys like this versus like a TV or a tablet, especially, or a phone. I feel like I'm gonna do a more in-depth review on that, but I'm just gonna let you know that his behavior is definitely way better with toys like this versus electronics. The tantrums are barely there, if there are any, and it's few and far in between, and it's very minimum. He loves doing this, and it keeps him occupied, so that's wonderful. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's a completely different child when he is using this kind of activity versus a electronic device activity. So thanks, guys, and I hope that you enjoyed my video, my review on this puzzle toy. I'll see you guys again next time. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know down below. I love to hear from you guys all the time. Uh-oh, my son's right here. He wants to sit with me. So, there you go. Love this toy. Recommend it 100%. Thanks, guys.